Alright, welcome back. We're on part 2 now of this video. I hope you got a lot out of part 1. In this video right now I'm going to talk a little bit more about tax lien certificates and kind of how you can really build a retirement fund or a college fund for your children or whatever you want to do with this investment. I'm going to go into the lien process a little more, and I hope you got your pen ready. So here we go. Okay, so as I mentioned in the first video, there are over 3,300 counties in the US here, and each county has its own sale. Now remember, half of the counties are lien, half of them are deed. So there's lots of opportunity. I want you to, call your own county that you're in right now. They might have some property in inventory, or they might have a sale coming up. If you want to check it out, get that information from them. Just see what's going on. Like I say, if it's in your backyard in your county courthouse, go check it out or check online. A lot of the counties now have their websites online, so you can get the information there and see what's coming up, learn their rules, ask them the questions that I mentioned in the first video, and get going that way. So remember, the county does this. They offer the lien sale because they need the money to pay for their fire trucks, their school teachers, things like that. And remember, investors like you and I go in, we pay the county taxes or the homeowner's taxes, and when the homeowner comes back, they have to pay us back with penalty, which is an interest rate set by the state. And a lot of the times they'll have it at the auction, or you can go in over the counter. Some of these auctions are even online. Now the nice thing about tax liens is you can even do this through the mail. You don't even have to leave your home with some lien auctions. Now remember, 97% of all liens redeem. Therefore it's a safe investment, and you can do it from your home if you don't want to go to the auction. You just find one of these sales. Now if you want to go to the auction, it's simple. You just hold up a paddle and you bid. Now, some of the states, like Arizona, you actually bid down the interest rate. So that's a little different. Arizona, this guy will be holding up his paddle, bidding down. So the interest rate is 16%, so he might be saying, okay, 10%. Not all the states are like that. A lot of them are just a set interest rate. Also, I want to tell you a little bit about a deal that I lost money on. I lost money on this house right here because I was into this business, I was excited, and I didn't do my research. Research is very important. You need to look at the house and see what's going on the property. This one I didn't, and I ended up losing a bit of money on it because I didn't do my research. This was when I was just getting into it. Now, if you do your research, if you already got the guidebook, that's awesome. The training course, Real Estate's Best Kept Secret. In there, it'll tell you how to avoid losing money on a property. Like I say, I've learned a lot. I've made mistakes in the beginning, and I put it all into the guidebook, and now I'm able to put together this video and kind of tell you the mistakes I made to hopefully prevent you from ever getting into this situation. And as long as you follow the advice, you won't. You will be able to safely invest and move forward. So, over-the-counter liens and deeds are great. Over-the-counter is when the auction is already gone. I want to use Arizona, for example. Arizona, 16%. You're bidding down the interest rate. When the auction's over, you can go and buy them over the counter, meaning there's nobody there to bid against you, and you get it at full interest rate. Now the other great thing about that is you can buy properties that are delinquent a longer amount of time. Let's say you find an older lien that nobody's bought at the sale for the last 2 or 3 years. Well, if you buy that, you can start foreclosing on it right away. Remember, each lien county has a specific amount of time that is going to allow you to hold on to that lien before you get to actually foreclose and get the property. That's when you get the biggest jackpots. Also, if you purchase a lien that is a little older, let's say it's 2 years older, then the homeowner is going to redeem it quicker, or the bank is going to redeem it. The mortgage companies are big redeemers of the tax liens because the mortgage is the priority lien on all this. Now, as I mentioned, interest rates in the U.S. vary between 8 and 25%. Now remember, Texas is 25% every 6 months, and it's a penalty state, so what that means is interest is not accruing in Texas, and it's a penalty state. So let's say they pay you on day 50, you still get 25%. Now in Arizona, the interest is accruing. So if you get a deed at 10%, that interest is going up over the year. Texas is penalty, meaning they pay you on day 50 or 180, you get 25%. Therefore, you can reinvest and move forward fairly quickly. It's funny, banks are the biggest investors in tax lien certificates. They can do whatever they want with our money. What do? They go to the tax lien sale, they hold up a paddle. Let's say they go to Arizona and they get $1 million worth of tax liens at 10%. Meanwhile, they have our money in there. They're only paying us, what, maybe 3%? So you'll see a bank at a lot of these larger auctions buying them up with our money. So it makes sense for us to be there. And remember, a lot of people don't know how to do this and don't hear about it because there's no incentive for brokers and investment bankers to really tell you about it because they can't collect a commission on it. Therefore, they keep it to themselves. This is an investment that has been around for 200 years. The wealthy have been doing it and creating their wealth. Now it's time for you guys to start doing it. And hopefully I can equip you with a little bit of information in these videos to get going right away if you want to just go start right now. Like I say, I have the training course. It is my manual that I use when I go to sales, and I recommend it. If you guys have any questions, you can call and talk to one of the staff and we'll help you out. This investment, you can get into it $100 to $1 million. I showed you in the first video how I bought a property for $50. You can get going right away. Like I was saying, the property taxes is the priority lien on all mortgages. It wipes it out. Therefore, the mortgage company will redeem you. You hit the jackpot if they don't redeem you. You get the house, right? That's a good deal. So now we're going to talk about compound interest. Einstein said, ninth wonder of the world is compound interest. You can do this with your 401k plan or your self-directed IRA. Transfer the money tax deferred. So let's take $2,000 over 20 years. In the bank, you're going to have at 3%, $3,600. Oklahoma, you're going to have $9,321. Arizona, 16%, $38,921. Iowa, 24%, $147,000. So now we're going to go $5,000 over 20 years. Let's just go right to Iowa at 24%. Compounded over 20 years, $369,000. Now we're going to take $10,000 over 20 years. We're going to go to Iowa, 24%, $738,000, $641. Guys, this is compounding interest. You just keep rolling the money in over each year. Texas is every 6 months. It's a penalty state. Texas is great. Now let's do some examples in Texas. Let's say you take $10,000 to Texas. Over 12 years at 25%, every 6 months, you're going to have over $1.2 million in 12 years. Guys, this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme, but if you stick to it and stay consistent, you can create a great retirement and not have to worry about job security or any of that in the tax lien and deed business. $10,000 in Texas over 15 years compounded, over $4.3 million. And like I say, this, as your business grows, it's going to take some work to keep reinvesting, a couple million each year, but you can get to that point. And I like to call that a quality problem when you have to grow your business because you have more money that you need to reinvest, right? So here we go. I want to thank you guys for watching these videos. Hopefully you learned a lot. I know there isn't a lot of information out there on the internet regarding these, so hopefully you got a lot out of these videos. I have Real Estate's Best Kept Secret. It's the training course I put together. You can check it out. I'm giving away the free 50-minute audio session on this. People that come to my live events, it's $4,000 for the weekend, and I decided to put it into this ebook that's simple training course for you. The book is going to cover your mental attitude, how to get started, the secret investment of tax lien certificates, what is a deed, what is a lien, in case you might need a reminder. I remember when I got into this, I couldn't always remember what the difference was. I'm going to go into a little in depth of why haven't you heard of this, how to choose a county, how to choose a property, and like I say, you need to know what question to ask them. You get my property evaluation form that I use whenever I'm calling counties and evaluating a property. So this is the county research list. Here's an example. At the top, you put in the county, the name, the state, the interest rate. You want to ask them questions like, when will your next auction be held? Where is the auction? What time does the auction begin? Where do you advertise for the sale? Can you send me the list of available liens? Guys, they'll send you the list of liens. Do I need to pre-register? That's important. If you go to the sale and you need to pre-register 2 weeks before, then you need to know that. Also, as I mentioned, I'm going to cover what you need to know about getting started, protecting yourself, setting goals, and like I say, I have gathered together all 3,300 counties, so you just go into the back, find a county, whether it's a deed or a lien, you call them up, you ask them the questions, and away you go. Once again, guys, thanks a lot for stopping by the site. If you have any questions, send us an email. I recommend get going right away. There's 3,300 counties, lots of opportunity to get going in this business.